Now you already know. This is the place where stories stretch across oceans, where truth comes wrapped in laughter, and healing shows up between passport stamps. I'm Auntie Rae, your resident hot pants wearing, globe-trotting, truth-telling storyteller. So pull up a chair, pour yourself something warm or wild. I'm drinking something wild, and let's take this journey together, one soul-soaked step at a time.
Now you already know. Thought the grand plan was set, champagne dreams in my mind, but the universe chuckle left my worries behind. Stepped off that liner onto England's soft ground. Just intermission, no peace could be found. Visions of cappuccinos channeling elegance and grace, but reality scramble met me face to face. My figure it out later file drifting out at sea. Post-cruise hustle hit hard what freedom meant for me. Wi-Fi was flaky, trying to hold the line. Oh, corporate shadows stretching through my mind. European travel, a rhythm I hadn't known. Language and luggage, completely alone. A wild thought flickered, a ride in a van so free. But Auntie Rae don't hitchhike, pushing on just me.
You know, after embarking on a journey of champagne dreams, funded by a tap water budget, I figured I had the grand plan all figured out. But the moment I thought I had everything mapped out, the universe laughed and said, "Oh, sweetie, sit down. You'd think that after plotting this grand escape like a military operation, the hard part would be over once I stepped off that ocean liner. Nope, that was just intermission. Disembarking in England, that was only the beginning of my European transportation tango. I had visions of breezing from port to port, sipping cappuccinos and channeling my inner spy goddess. But the reality? A lot more scrambling and sighing at train stations. See, while I was out at sea enjoying high tea and jazz quartets, the next leg of my journey, getting from Southampton to Dover for my first Carnival cruise, was sitting in my figure it out later file. Rookie move. Turns out, the post-cruise hustle is a beast all its own. I tried to piece together routes while battling flaky Wi-Fi in the middle of the Atlantic. Trying to plan transit while sailing through international waters should be an Olympic sport. The frustration was palpable, y'all. I'd tap my fingers, willing the connection to hold, feeling that old corporate stress creeping back, that familiar tightness in my chest when things weren't going according to my meticulously crafted plan. Was this what freedom really looked like? Scrambling for a connection in the middle of the ocean? Let me tell you what I did learn. European land travel ain't the same as hopping a city bus in the States. There's trains, buses, regional passes, uncoordinated timetables, language gaps, surprise fees. Oh, and don't forget luggage. Always the luggage. I had moments, real ones, where I genuinely considered thumbing a ride on the back of a delivery van like some 80s backpacker. I actually stood there for a moment, seeing the van approaching, the wild thought actually flashing through my mind. But then my inner voice, the one that's watched way too many Dateline episodes, said, "Auntie Rae, you know better, we don't hitchhike." The most frustrating moment? A bus schedule that changed without notice, leaving me stranded at a stop with my luggage, watching the taillights of the bus I was supposed to be on disappear. That's when the despair tried to set in, but I pushed it back. This was part of the journey too. The queue for the shuttle felt longer than the Atlantic crossing, filled with a silent army of bleary-eyed passengers, each clutching their own ticket to chaos, their faces mirroring my own exhaustion. Eventually, I cobbled together a plan. Take a local airport shuttle from Southampton to Heathrow, then hop Carnival's own shuttle down to Dover. Simple, right? Wrong. Heathrow was over an hour in the opposite direction. Budget travel said, Plot twist. By the time I rerouted, rebooked, and revived my spirit, I was running on fumes and ginger chews. But I made it. Barely. The reward? Boarding that Carnival ship like a war-weary diva, waving to the crew like, y'all better have a cocktail waiting. That moment of stepping onto the gangway, seeing the smiling faces, feeling the solid deck beneath my feet. Again, after that land ordeal, it was pure, unadulterated triumph, a testament to my grit. And don't even get me started on COVID procedures. Mid-pandemic cruising meant one thing: constantly refreshing government websites and praying the rules didn't change while I was at sea. 1 minute I needed a PCR test, the next a negative vibe check. So yes, I blew through my wiggle room budget faster than expected. No bougie excursions, no rooftop brunches, just self-guided walking tours, and taking joy in the little things like finding free Wi-Fi or a public restroom that didn't require a euro. Every step of that chaotic transfer, every penny spent unexpectedly, it hammered home that this journey was my rebellion against the predictable, against the soul-draining corporate life. This was the messy, beautiful reality of true freedom. And it was just another reminder of those champagne dreams on a tap water budget and the hustle required to keep that vision alive. But here's the thing. Even through the chaos, the challenge, the sheer exhaustion, there was still magic. Every new port, every unfamiliar street sign was proof that I was doing it. I was living my dream on a dime and a prayer. By the end of this whirlwind, I had earned my stripes. I was a certified travel logistics ninja. Flights, ferries, shuttle buses, customs forms, Plan B through Z. I handled it all with the finesse of a woman who knows she belongs exactly where she is. So if you're thinking of traveling on a budget and flying solo, just know it ain't always cute, but it's always worth it. Auntie Rae didn't cross that ocean just to play it safe. She came to live. And then came Carnival. After Cunard's silken hush and art gallery air, I took a deep breath, and the very air around me shifted. It was like walking into a backyard cookout where everybody already knew your name, complete with a cacophony of booming music, the scent of sizzling burgers, and exuberant laughter. Different vibe, but just what I needed, a jolt of unapologetic joy. My new cabin wasn't swanky, but it was mine. And Felipe, my steward, he made me feel like a queen and coach. Bright smile, towel animals on the bed. Yes, Lord, I was home. The music was loud, the drinks were flowing, and the pool deck was a whole scene. The air thrummed with energy. The scent of suntan lotion and chlorine mingling with the aroma of barbecue from the Lido deck. It was a sensory explosion after the quiet elegance of the Queen Mary, and a welcome one. At first I thought, Rae, you might be too seasoned for this. But then a little girl splashed water at me and giggled, and I thought, nah, I'm exactly where I need to be. Dinner was joyful chaos, strangers becoming fast friends, laughing over buttered rolls and tales from their side of the world. The clatter of plates, the boisterous conversations, it all felt like a lively family reunion. And those shows, they weren't Broadway, but they had soul. The comedians, the singers, the dancers, they poured their hearts out and you felt every bit of it. But my spot? The Serenity deck? Adults only, quiet as Sunday morning, with just enough breeze to remind you God is still in the detail. That became my refuge, the perfect place to escape the joyful noise when Auntie Rae needed to recharge. I'd read, I'd write, I'd daydream, listening to the gentle lapping of the waves against the hull. And every port, every stop was a new stanza in my love poem to Europe. One day it was cathedrals and cobblestones, the next it was paella and perfume markets. Each place kissed my soul in a new way. I remember once completely lost in a bustling market, language failing me. I must have looked like a confused tourist straight out of a sitcom. A local woman with a crinkled smile simply took my hand and led me to the exact shop I was searching for, her gesture clearer than any map. Turns out, kindness is a universal dialect. The second leg of my journey, this colorful carnival chapter, was like opening the windows after a long winter. Loud, lively, and full of flavor. After Cunard's calm embrace, I needed this jolt of joy. I realized then there's no one way to travel. No one right kind of cruise. There's just the one that meets your spirit where it is. And mine was soaring. But even good dreams have their final verse. I could feel the end approaching. The calendar don't lie. Soon it'd be time to go home. But oh, the stories I'd carry with me.
Oh, from Queen's hush to backyard sweet sound, a new kind of luxury on this hallowed ground. Every challenge a lesson, every sigh a new breath. This messy, beautiful freedom, escaping no death. No bougie excursions, just walking so free. Living my dreams wild and unapologetically. Then Carnival called, a shift in the air so deep. Like a backyard cookout, secrets they don't keep. Music sizzling, laughter in the breeze. A jolt of pure joy, putting my soul at ease. My cabin wasn't grand, but Philippe with his grace made me a queen in this lively, vibrant space. Music was loud, drinks flowing, a colorful scene. A sensory explosion where every moment was keen. Thought I was seasoned, too refined to play, but a little girl splashed, washing that thought away. Dinner a chaos, strangers becoming fast friends, laughter and stories till the evening ends. Shows weren't Broadway, but they poured out their soul, making spirits rise, making my heart whole. Oh, from Queen's hush to backyard sweet sound, a new kind of luxury on this hallowed ground. Every challenge a lesson, every sigh a new breath. This messy, beautiful freedom, escaping no death. No bougie excursions, just walking so free. Living my dreams wild and unapologetically. My spot, serenity deck, a quiet Sunday grace. Ocean whisper secrets, finding my true place. No right way to travel, just where your spirit's found. This beautiful freedom on hallowed ground. Kindness in markets, a hand so soft and true. The stories I'll carry forever with me.